MCI procedure number 13, the unruly customer or employee. Sometimes on the job, you'll have to deal with an individual who is so emotional or abusive as to be out of control. The individual may be a customer, an employee of another construction-related firm, or even an MCI employee. Here are some guidelines on how to handle difficult individuals in crisis situations. A. Keep yourself and your coworkers safe. Your first priority is to avoid injury to yourself and to others. If you find yourself in danger, protect yourself by whatever means necessary. Consider calling for help, calling the police, leaving the scene, backing away, locking yourself in your truck, or taking any other action needed to protect yourself and others. B. Keep calm, but don't treat the person like a child or a crazy person. Keep your voice calm and businesslike, no matter how excited the other person is. But don't tell the other person to calm down or stop shouting. Don't talk to the other person as if he or she is a child or a dog. Don't say, "Oh, there, it's not so bad." C. If possible, refer the person to the appropriate MCI person or official. Complaints from customers and from employees of other firms at the worksite should be referred to the ranking MCI employee on the job. If the ranking employee doesn't have the authority to deal with the issue, then the person should be referred to the next level in the chain of command. Give the person a phone number, or actually dial the number on your phone to give the person contact with the correct MCI official. This will reduce tensions. D. If you are the right person, or if you're the only person who can deal with the issue, ask questions and learn to tell the other person's story from that person's point of view. This is called active listening. Give yourself this assignment. I will learn to tell this person's story even more clearly than he or she tells it, and I will include the emotional content of the story. I will effectively tell the story so well that the other person will say, yes, yes, and enthusiastically agree that I've got it right. This will dissipate tensions, I guarantee. Follow through on the assignment by doing two things: asking non-argumentative questions, and two, trying to tell the story back to the person in your own words. For example, a person starts screaming, "You've ruined my house, you bastards! You'll never get away with this! It's Uncle Jimmy all over again! Ah!" You might ask, what part of the house did we ruin? What's wrong with it? What color did you want? What happened with your Uncle Jimmy? When you've asked all the questions you can, try to tell the entire story so that he or she will agree with it. For example, using the tirade that I just read to you, you might end up with saying the story this way. Is this what you're saying? You wanted Appomattox gray, which is a bluish gray for your mortar, but we actually stained it a brownish gray. You never approved the test panel that showed the brownish gray, and your wife had no authority to approve the test panel because she doesn't own the house. You want us to stop staining until we can find a way to change the color, and you're angry because you told us 2 weeks ago in an email that you wanted Appomattox gray. You're also worried that we will try to cheat you by giving you the wrong color and insisting on payment. You were cheated like that by your Uncle Jimmy when he painted the garage. Is that right? E. Don't argue with someone who can't listen calmly. There's no reason to argue with a 2-year-old, and there's no reason to argue with somebody who's not listening to you. If you must try to persuade the person of a different point of view, after following the active listening procedure described in D above, just state facts that are not subject to argument. Facts like, I will have everyone stop work if you want, or I don't have the authority to make that decision, or the wall does match the test panel, or you did approve the test panel, or these brick have been painted blue. And you see, you can make these kinds of statements. Here's another one. It's getting dark and I will have to stop work when the sun goes down. I am not permitted to begin staining without a signed quote. These things are calming because they're not subject to argument. He's not going to say, yes, you have the authority to go ahead and stain without a signed quote, because he doesn't know what our procedures are, and you do, and you say it confidently. There's really no argument about that. He can argue about other things. He can say, you ought to disregard the procedure in order to do thus and such. But he has to accept your calm statements of these facts. They're not argumentative things. You're not saying, you're wrong and we have to do it my way. What you're saying is, this is true, this is true, this is true. Don't be afraid to consult others higher in the chain of command. And G, don't make promises that you can't keep or that you don't have the authority to make. And that's been MCI procedure number 13, dealing with unruly persons.